chasing down my demons, I can hear them breathing. But who knew you would be my comfort, you could be me healing. If my friends are gonna let me slide, how come you never left my side? Before I go, make it last all night, while I slip into the great divide. Woman,
Is that who I think it is? Is Joy still on the freak beat? Can someone get me Joy Mercado?
that's him. When did he get back to New York?
Why? Where's he been?
LA. There's a fun footage of him standing in the middle of sunset, shouting at Wolverine, Spider-Man, and Captain America. Only they're not there. He's talking to thin air.
What?
Word is that he has DID, what they used to call multiple personality disorder. He's got a great story. I was told he used to be a mercenary, a real bastard, and the one time he actually stand in front of innocent people. This was a dig in Egypt, some hidden script. He gets shot dead by his buddies. So there he is, dead, at the foot of the statue of Khonshu, an Egyptian god. And he gets up again. There's this old hooded clock drop on the statue. He puts it on and beats the crap out of everybody. Now Khonshu, he has 4 different aspects. So the mercenary, he comes back to the States, becomes the Moon Knight, and 2 other people. He's got 4 different personalities now. Dissociative identity disorder. He's completely nuts. Cut off a guy's face once. If he's back in town, you need to talk to... The mayor who created that new sweeper squad for homicide, specifically for freakbeat stuff. He's on that squad. Flint. There's a Detective Flint on the sweeper squad. Talk to him.
I got a question. Why would you wear white and a giant cape that looks like a moon if you're fighting crime and hunting fetuses at night?
Easy. He likes people to see him coming. Because he's crazy.
Correlate police radio capture with map and GPS. Show me the last 4 events in incident folder SL2. Include all folder events in a perimeter. Alright then. Driver, go to your new event location. Town speed. Park.
Confirmed. Well now.
So that's
That's Mr. Knight, a concerned citizen.
No, it's more.
No. If that man were identified by the name of a dangerous vigilante, then I'd have to follow a very specific set of standing orders and restrain him using whatever force was necessary. So this is the thing we do. To police on the streets, that's Mr. Knight. Are we clear on that, son? Hello, Mr. Knight.
What do you think we're looking at, Detective Flint?
Welcome to our crime scene. We got a slasher, again. One of the first cases we ever worked together was a slasher. Should have known a slasher would bring you out again.
This isn't that. Slashers are bad enough, attacking people who only wanted to travel at night. But this one's different. A victim is a strong man.
All the victims were strong men. Bouncers, security, gym rats. And they all have bits cut off them. Good sharp knife. Real Jack the Ripper stuff.
Look at the cuts, Flint. This isn't a surgeon work. Sharp knife, but not exactly medical level operations.
Digging trophies or lunch.
Maybe. But the kid wouldn't tell me things. No real medical training. But someone taught your perp how to murder people. Which makes me wonder why he worked here. He's going after a particular type, but he's not training them.
Pay attention to Mr. Knight. He thinks in a very particular way.
This is a tight spot. Why did you wait here?
Who said he did?
There's nothing to connect to the Vix. Slashers are opportunistic. But your perp is... He must be surveilling, maybe during the day. Or... he's picking his victim for the size, but he's fighting like a wooden soldier. It's an ambush point.
That's something you'd know about, Mr. Knight?
He's not traveling far. He's walking in a prescribed radius. I need maps.
Perhaps you'd like to expand? For my colleagues?
The slasher Flint mentioned was a classic, opportunistic within a perfect territory. This one is pulling planned ambushes within a personal kill zone. That means several things, including that he must have hid. Night or not, he's not walking far carrying fresh human organs, and I have the feeling he can walk far anyway.
He?
He. Weight distribution, height, and there's something wrong with his heel. In a dense part of town too. You know what is deep as the Chrysler building is high?
No. What?
Everything under Manhattan. There's tons of 1,000 feet under us.
Wait, Mr. Knight, this is all real interesting, but you're not a police officer, so you can't just...
Officer, I appreciate your perspective, but I'm talking about going underground into the hide of a highly trained killer, which will be where he keeps all of his weapons. I'd prefer to do that part for you.
You're crazy.
It's been said.
Also, I hate to be the one to point this out, but you're wearing a white suit. He's kinda gonna see you coming.
That's the part I like. So that's how you did it. Pull yourself up a rope and slide down another on an abseil kit. Hard on the arms, easy on the legs. Well, this is a totally sane thing to do. You know I can hear you coming, right? Over all this noise, you're running some heavy machinery down here.
Sure, imported machines. Can't hear myself think sometimes. The noise is in my bones. But that's okay. You're here to take me out? You armed?
Not anymore. I came down here to learn your story.
My story? I'm a soldier. I'm an agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. And I'm down here to get better.
You were injured in the field?
An ID blew the crap out of me. And they wouldn't fix me. Just said I wasn't fit for service and threw me out. Look at me. Look at me now. I found all the old medical stuff they wouldn't use on me because it's not right or illegal or whatever. And look how much better I am. I mean, hell, when I'm done, they're going to have to take me back. They'd look crazy now too.
No need for weapons, soldier. So you were killing healthy people for supplies?
Right. I mean, who does all that training and then does nothing useful with their bodies? These are people who actually know the names of their muscles, but do they sign up or work to get into an agency and serve their country? Hell no. Perfectly useful muscles and organs going to waste. Every time I go on a supply run, I get better. I have to get better.
So I've got this straight. You go up, you hide, you watch and track fit people, and then you kill them. Take pieces of them down here and paste them into your body with obsolete, exotic medical machinery. And you think this is the best use of their lives and your time and skills.
No offense, buddy, but you're a mile underground, wearing a white suit and a bag on your head.
Fair point.
And you're unarmed, and you're gonna die down here.
I've died before. It was boring, so I stood up.
I don't know, man. I think you could have things I need. Do you think you were going to drag me out of here? Get me to the cops or back to S.H.I.E.L.D.? I know your mask types.
I could. But I have to tell you, you don't know me. You never met anyone like me before. You prey on innocent travelers at night. That's all I care about. All I'm doing is stopping you, as simply and completely as possible.
So how are you going to stop me?
I stopped you 2 minutes ago. Look down. How much noise in here? You didn't hear it bounce off the wall. Looked like it was important. I wonder what would have happened if you'd ever actually been in a fight, instead of hiding your lumpy ass behind some garbage and stabbing people in the back from cover.
Let's find out!
Not good enough, soldier.
Mr. Spectre, I have your test results.
Look, Doctor, I appreciate the time spent, but I'm not comfortable with this. I was at a low point when I hired you.
No, Mr. Spectre, you were at a lucid point. That is why you paid your fee in advance. You knew you would sleep back. The good news is that you don't have a dissociative identity disorder. I'm not certain what barbers and ferrets you had previously consulted with, but you don't catch DID by simply pretending to be other people for a while. If that were true, we would be an under-epidemic of a soap opera actors putting bags on their heads and cutting people's faces off, no? Not that that would be uninteresting to me. I'm sure that following your experiences, you read extensively about Khonshu. I found it particularly resonant that Khonshu is said to have 4 aspects: Pathfinder, Embracer, Defender, and the Watcher of the Overnight Travelers. And in your most violent moments, Khonshu's thankful secret aspect, the one who lives on hearts. The bad news, Mr. Spectre, is that you have brain damage. I believe you were indeed raised from the dead by an ultra-terrestrial entity and remade to some extent by that entity's operations. You are made to be driven by Khonshu's chosen agency. You bring vengeance to those who would harm travelers by night. You cycle through those 4 aspects, and your brain, struggling to define what has happened to it, seeks to apply identities to them. Whether that be Mark Spector, Stephen Grant, and Jack Lockley, or Wolverine, Spider-Man, and Captain America, your brain has conjured them to explain what has happened to you. You're not insane. Your brain is being colonized by an ancient consciousness from beyond space-time. Smile.
You are my son.